So what is this about?
So it's just a podcast where we go around Philly asking people questions.
Okay.
I love to hear people's different insights and perspectives. And my question of the day would be pretty controversial, I think. And I think I like to hear people's opinions on this one. So gonna go right into it. But should I ask you how you're doing first?
How am I doing?
Yeah, how are you today?
I'm good. It's a good day, calm day. Can't complain.
It's a calm day. It's pretty good. How your classes going?
Classes are good.
I love that. Love that for you. I love the fact that you're going to college as well. Like, not too many people take that course. So I'm wondering, why do you think women hate broke men, but men love broke women?
Oh wow. Okay. Great question. You said why do women hate broke men?
I think that's the narrative we're all facing now.
Yeah. So I think, do I need to move it closer to the mic or anything? Am I good?
You're good?
All right. Well, one, I don't think it naturally like starts at that point where like they kind of have a disdain for like men like that. I think it kind of like accumulates over time with experience and everything. Maybe it started out with your father. He was probably stingy with money. And then like also like dating history as well. But I think the reason why they don't like them is because at a certain point like they kind of stop looking for like, I think, affection.
And you're referring to women?
Yeah, I think some of them have been like through so much to a point that they don't want to like look for love or affection anymore. Like they don't want to get into relationships for those reasons. So I think now like we're in an era where I feel like we've always had this, but now it's kind of being like more popularized, I guess.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like it's the cool thing. Like I feel like people like, it's the cool thing to like not need anyone, not need people, kind of be like heartless. You can blame a lot of things. I'm gonna blame it on, you remember that time where everyone was just kind of talking about 48 Laws of Power?
Yeah.
I blame it on that, bro. Like, I think people have been reading like a lot of self-help books. They've been trying to find ways to like build themselves up. And I guess like the way that they're sticking with now is be cold-hearted, be ruthless, be this, be that. And while I understand like why you would look at things like that, at the same time like that kind of causes us to lose our humanity.
It does.
So I think that's why we like, women look at men as more so like a resource or like something to use instead of something to like someone to grow with.
Okay.
And why do men love broke women?
Yes.
I feel like if I'm being honest, I think I love the way y'all do this. Like anything can just interrupt.
Anything can happen.
I feel like men are kind of, me being a man, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes we can settle. And I think that that's what plays a part in it. I think men like, they're more so down and willing to go for anything as long as like their partner is cute. My mouth is kind of getting dry, I'm sorry.
You're fine. So you're saying men are attracted more to the physical aspect of a woman,
so
as
like
opposed
so much
to
so that
financial
like,
status.
Yeah, they don't look towards like the spiritual or anything else like that. And it's very hurtful. I think both stances, both genders, like the way we kind of view each other is very hurtful.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it does more damage as well. Yeah,
Sure,
I agree with you.
I feel like if I'm being honest, like we have nothing to blame but like the social media aspect, and just media in general. I feel like there's a certain narrative that can be pushed, and with that narrative, it just causes more and more separation and division. And I think that's the last thing we need as people. I feel like as people, we always find a way to like divide ourselves, no matter like how minute the difference between us may be. And I feel like that's our issue.
And do you think that was always our nature? Or do you think that's something that just came about now with given the modern circumstances?
So I feel like humans are naturally competitive, right? So I feel like with that, we kind of get into this mode where we're attracted to things that we want to be good for us or may look good for us, but we know isn't. Yeah, and I think it's just as simple as that.
You made a great point, because most times I feel like people know almost instantly whether or not a person is good for you, but we kind of like fail to trust our own intuition,
Right.
which is what leads us into turmoil down the line.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow that question up with, what are your do's and don'ts going into a relationship?
You mean like in general, like for me personally?
Yeah, it could be generally. It doesn't have to be a romantic
And
relationship.
As in like advice, or
Like, what is something that you're definitely not having
okay, gotcha.
going into a relationship?
I feel like something I value much more now is communication.
It's a big one.
I feel like, you know, I think it's as simple as we can't achieve things or can't get things done if we don't talk about it. So I feel like that's one. I feel like comfortability and also like trust in one another. And yeah, it sounds cliche, but it means a lot in just the little ways of like knowing you can count on someone for something, or knowing that person like considers you. Like those things, like those little things, like they really mean the most. And I feel like the biggest do I would tell anyone, focus on like the small things, because eventually like the small things start to accrue, and like a lot of those small things, they can either be really bad small things that end up amounting to something bad, or really good small things that end up amounting to something fruitful. So I say like pay attention to that. If you know who you are as a person, and I think that's the biggest thing when going into a relationship, people go into these things not knowing who they are, and so like they kind of just allow themselves to be swayed by like anything, like however the course their relationship may go.
I
feel
agree.
like the biggest thing also is to know yourself. Know what you allow, know what you don't allow, know what makes you feel good, know what doesn't make you feel good. Because when you're in those moments where like something happens and like, you know how it is, like you find out something, your heart drops, like who are you in that moment? And a lot of times it either goes like really bad. I'm sure you heard about that story with like the one Temple student, the female Temple student. She had passed away I think earlier this summer.
I don't think I'm familiar with that story.
Yeah, so I don't know her name, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure somebody can find it if they look for it. She was a young woman who had a boyfriend, and you know it went to the splits, and he ended up killing her, and I think he may have also harmed himself. I'm not too sure though, but that was a result of them being in a somewhat like toxic relationship.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, I'm very sorry that happened to her. I do need to do my research and figure out who that was. Okay.
She was a nursing student, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, nursing student. Wow, that's such a shame.
Yeah. I think it goes to show though, like definitely know yourself, love yourself as well, and make sure you're in it for the right reasons. That's also another thing. I feel like it's so many things I'm forgetting about that I could say.
But you're making really great points, honestly.
Thank you, I'm trying. But yeah, I think overall a lot of self-reflection is needed before you get into anything like that.
Definitely. Okay, those were amazing points, and I think you're in a really good headspace too. Just want to throw that out there. I'm wondering if the world were to stop tomorrow, what would you miss the most?
The music.
The music.
The music.
And what is your favorite genre of music, if you don't mind me asking?
Damn, that is hard. If I'm being honest, I gotta be stereotypical and go with rap.
Poetry.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like it's something different, bro. I feel like no hate to the other genres. Love y'all, love the genres, but I don't know, man. When you hear like certain flows, certain things like that, it can really change your mood.
It can. It's very influential.
Yeah.
So, what is your go-to rap song?
My go-to rap song. Okay. I think it's either "Fear" by Drake or "Say What's Real" by Drake. I really like old school Drake.
Old school Drake.
Yeah.
I think I can agree with that. He's pretty different now. Awesome. Okay. If you had a superpower, any superpower in the world, what would you go with?
That's hard. And I thought about that a million times. Flight. I'm a walker, but sometimes I really hate walking. Flight, bro. Get over traffic. Go anywhere I want. Flight for sure.
Where would you go first if you were able to fly?
I think that's hard. I think I would want to go see like some like ruins, some ancient ruins in like Greece or something.
Awesome.
Just to feel something, you know.
I think that's a great place to visit.
And what about you?
If I could fly anywhere in the world, I would probably visit. I would go to Rio. I do want to go to Rio de Janeiro. That's somewhere I've wanted to go since I was a kid. It's in Brazil. And I will probably just continue to travel the world from there. That would be my first place.
Superpower though?
That would not be my preferred superpower. I think I would like, I would prefer to have the ability of reading people's minds. So telepathy.
That can be a little antagonizing.
It can be, but I feel like I kind of have that ability now, and it allows me to make better judgment going into things, and I can read people a little better because of that. So, as opposed to just having to determine whether or not you can trust somebody, I guess I could just read their mind and their intentions right away, and I'm like, okay.
Well, let me ask you this: do you ever feel like, with you saying that, do you believe in like the thought that possibly knowing too much can be like hurtful?
Oh yeah.
Like, what if like, you know?
Yeah, it's almost like being asleep per se most of your life, and then having an awakening and understanding like all of the truths in the world. And the more you know, I think, depending on how strong mentally you can be, it can be very detrimental to your mental state or your well-being, because the truth is ugly.
Yeah.
The truth is very ugly. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to know and understand that it's not all glitz and glamour, you know, like if you want to be the person who is curious and just dig deeper and know more, you can't be per se soft. So
Sorry about that.
you're fine. So I think with me being as curious as I am and wanting to know as much as I do want to know, I think I consider myself a lifelong learner, so I will continue to dig deeper and understand more things about all subjects in life. But I think I'm ready for it all. I prefer to know the truth than to be led blindly and be ignorant to what's going on.
I get that. I think I'm scared of like just finding out like some crazy shit, like reading someone's mind. Yeah, I don't know if I would have the capacity for that. Flight for sure though.
Flight.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Thank you.
I mainly have dreams that I'm like not really flying, but like floating. So I guess it's like pretty much the same. So it's probably my second ability would probably be flying if I wasn't able to achieve.
Those are low-key like the two best
Telepathy.
superpowers too.
Yeah.
I feel like
Along with
anything else-
invisibility.
That's right. Would you? All right, but what if? Is it like permanent invisibility or like invisibility when you want to be?
Yeah, like the ability to either be visible or invisible whenever you decided.
Because permanent can kind of be. Can I curse on it? Permanent like invisibility can be a bitch for sure.
It can. I think there's people who actually feel that way now, like they're never seen.
That's deep. That's deep.
It is. It is. Which is sad. But I think it also is up to us because I think I kind of kept myself in that space where I wanted to be invisible for a while.
Yeah.
But you have to like trust yourself. It goes back to trusting yourself and knowing who you are.
For sure. Damn. I never thought about it like you kind of just changed the course of the conversation. But I get that. I feel like I've also dealt with that. Where I enjoyed like being behind the scenes so much.
It becomes comfortable, but there's no
Yeah.
growth in comfort.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to be complacent. Number
Yeah.
one thing, don't be complacent. In relationships as well. In life in general, never feel complacent at all.
You're giving out great advice, man.
Trying.
I'm wondering if you're interested in the people following you. Like, where can we find you?
So you can follow me on Instagram at DieGreat. It is DIEGR and the number 8.
Like that.
That's pretty much all I have.
Die great.
Social media can kind of be a bitch too, so make sure you take social media into moderation, just like everything else. And yeah,
Take everything into moderation.
of course.
I like that.
Thank
You do give out great advice. So if you guys want to check him out on his social media, please do so. Leave any comments under his videos. Ask for more advice because this guy has a lot to give. And I do appreciate your time. Your name was Key, correct?
Yes,
Thank you, Key.
Nice
I
to
hope
meet
you
you.
enjoy the rest of your day
Thank
and your
you.
classes go as
Thank you.
planned.
it was lovely to be on here. Great to meet you guys.
Thank you very much for
Hope you
your
have a good
time. You too. Thank you.